there, it's Mary from stampingmary.stampinup.net. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today's project features a little gift box, opens up like that, so it's like a little clamshell, and it's made using two-tone cardstock. Now our Stampin' Up two-tone cardstock comes in 12 by 12 sheets. It's slightly thinner than regular cardstock, but because it's two-tone, when you might not notice it so much because this is crumb cake, but one side is darker and one side is slightly lighter, so it's great for layering, but it's also great for a little light gift box like this one. And I'm using the what's it called, the Heirloom Boutique Sweet Dies for this one. There's no stamping in this, it's just some die cutting, and this really lovely designer series paper, the Everyday Essentials. On this one I used the honeycomb design, and I'm going to use the opposite side of it this time, the black and white. So let's go ahead and make it. It's really an easy box to make, and I'll talk a little bit more about this two-tone cardstock. So you're going to start with a piece of cardstock, which I'm just grabbing in my Simply Scored scoring tool, and it measures 5.25 by 9 inches. And on that, let me just grab my notes here, on that long side you're going to score it at 1, 4, 5 and 8. So that's 1, 4, 5 and 8, and on the short side at 1 and 4 1/4. And the designer series paper is 3 by 2 3/4. So grab that bone folder, and I've got the darker side of the crumb cake two-tone cardstock as the outside of the box. When you get your two-tone cardstock, you can buy it either just as one set of 12 by 12, or you can buy in our scrapbook kits. All of them have 12 by 12 two-tone cardstock, plain two-tone cardstock. And that's usually how I get mine, so I get a selection of all the different two-tones. Alright, so you can see we have our small, we have 1, 2, 3 score sets, I should say, along that way, and then the corner ones. So what we're going to do is grab our paper snips, and we're going to in this middle one here, I'm going to cut on that score line. Don't cut them off. So we're just cutting through the middle of those score lines up to that long line. Okay, that's that one. So the box is the same shape, the same size both ways. So it actually, like a clamshell, it folds up like that. So we'll cut those middle ones. Okay, we're going to do the same with these ones here. On this end one, I am going to make a little bit of a bit of a wedge there. And the same with the one up here. Just a little bit of a wedge. Okay. Alright, so it goes together like this. So these two middle pieces fold in, and the bottom bit wraps around like that. To come in, and then it folds over like that. So I know that's going to be my top. Before I go ahead and do put any adhesive on, I'm just going to grab my retired 3/4 inch punch, and I'm just going to do a little notch. So I know that's going to be where the recipient will open the box. Okay, that's that done. And we might go ahead actually and put our designer series paper on now. So like I said, I've changed up the colour of this one. using the reverse side. That honeycomb is really pretty, but just for a change. You can put the designer series paper on after this bit if you like. Just think it's easier. Put it on now. Just straighten that up. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to put some adhesive on these tabs here, and they are what is going to fold up. Okay, and then come around. So let's put adhesive on here and here. I might just use Stampin' Seal to make it a bit quicker. Oops. Actually, we're going to need to put adhesive on this one as well, so let's put our adhesive on all those small tabs while we're at it. I would recommend Tombow, the green glue for this one, but just for speed of the video. So all we're going to do is fold these in now. So matching up all your edges. Also, when you use Stampin' Seal, you don't get any bits of the liquid glue oozing out. Okay, and that's all there is to, whoops, that's not quite in properly. Let's hold that in a bit longer. Don't think I put quite enough adhesive on that one. Do a little bit of surgery there. And that's all there is to making that simple little, I'll call it a clamshell gift box. And with that 12 by 12 paper, you can get two out of one sheet actually. It's great. It's a cute little box, good size. Right, let's go ahead and decorate it. So there's the box, there's the finished one. So I have got several pieces I've already die cut. So I've die cut two of the large, this die, look at that one right there, in petal pink, and I've got ahead and die cut the smaller leaves, this one right here and this one. These are in Lost Lagoon and Pool Party, and I used silver foil with that small die to do that one. So there's a couple of pieces of small. These dies also have this little piece in the inside. I changed it up. I've used one of the scallop dies for the inside. And most importantly, I'm using my favourite scalloped dies again for this piece here. That's Calypso Coral. Okay, so I'm going to grab my petal pink. This is petal pink, by the way, if I haven't already mentioned that. I'm going to do a little bit of blending with petal pink ink on petal pink ink on the petal pink, just to bring out the colour a little bit more. We're going to be layering this on, so don't get too worried if your blending's not as great as it could be. Like my one was a bit rough just there. Get this out of the way. The box itself is really easy to make. Right. Okay, let's go ahead and that's enough blending just to give it a bit of colour. Going to give them a little bit of a curl for a little bit of dimension, and pop that up with a dimensional. Come out, dimension, come off. Backing won't come off. Okay. Don't come off then. Right. I'm just going to offset this, put that, oh my lord, goodness gracious me, that dimensional does not want to stick. Okay, just going to offset that slightly, so it's just off a little bit there. And then this piece I'd already die cut, which is from the Scalloped Blooms dies. It's the smallest die. Pop that in the middle, just to make it slightly different from the one I've already made. So I'm going to put another dimensional on here. Before I adhere this down, I'm going to put a little bit of, I'm going to be poking or popping all of these little pieces in right behind each other. So I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive on the Pool Party leaf, and then just offset it slightly with the Lost Lagoon one, just so you've got a peek of the different colour. And where's my other one? Here it is. Okay. You could put a sentiment on here. There's lots of lovely sentiments in the Heirloom Boutique's suite or stamp sets, but I thought I'd just go without. So I'm just going to curl them a little bit. Use your bone folder if you want to. And on this one, let's just put a little bit of, I'm just going to put a little bit of Stampin' Seal here because it's where I'm going to be adhering. You won't see it obviously. Just make sure I've got that sort of centered right. Yep. And then another one sort of up there. See how that looks. Oh, that's okay. And that one can go in the middle. I just used foil, just, you know, just for a little bit of contrast of colour, really. And then that goes like that. Take my dimensional off, the backing off, pop it on there. And there you have it. That's it. That little scallop die of Calypso Coral underneath. The little peak of colour popping out. And let's pop that on with, let's just put some Tombow down to make it really secure. And then last but not least, a bow using crisp cantaloupe ribbon. Maybe a little bit more. I like it with that black and white. I think it looks nice. Okay, there you have it. Pretty easy. Cute little box. I actually prefer it with the scallop die on the inside as opposed to that one. Okay, that's going to take a few minutes to set. So while that's setting, just make I'm using the, as I mentioned, the crisp cantaloupe ribbon to make a little bow. Let's just try that again. This actually ties beautifully, this ribbon, despite how hard I seem to make it look each time. Now I've put a link in the description bar below for the dimensions for this box, so you don't have to write them all down as we go. And put a glue dot on here. Waiting a couple of minutes. I'm just going to put 2 glue dots down to hold that bow in place. Oh, it stuck to my finger because these glue dots are strong. Ribbon, cut that, trim that off. Just in there like that, and that's all there is to it. It's an easy little gift box using the Heirloom Boutique's dies and two-tone cardstock, and also oops, I go that way around, a two-tone cardstock, and the designer series paper is from the Everyday Essentials suite of products, but I've linked that in the description bar below. That's all there is for I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed that video, and if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. Stamping Mary, MERRY @gmail.com. Thanks and have a great day.